With the 30-year fixed mortgage in America at about 8%, almost triple what it was a few years ago, below 3%, people would say, why would I want to get into real estate, whether the business as a real estate agent or buying and selling? Well, it's actually the perfect time. Why? Because when times are lean and people get involved, meaning when times are not plentiful and not good and you get involved, one is you are one of few. Because when times are good, everyone flocks, and a lot of times those people don't belong there, and they're not trained, and they're not of good character. We saw that with the housing boom. I saw it personally. There was a lot of agents and people in real estate, investors, etc., who were just making a mockery of the whole industry. And you see this in many forms. And so what I would say to you now, when times are lean, meaning there's fewer transactions, there isn't a lot of house correction, and some of inflation I blame regular people, because you can see in the tax records, people bought a property in 2019 for, let's just say, $200,000, and now they want $450,000. Regular people, a lot of times, they want to triple or quadruple their profit rather than just taking a 10, 20, 30% profit, which is, like average for a several year investment. But, they have the right to do that, but that's what freezes the market too. But you can't control people. You can control yourself. And I would say to anyone looking to get into real estate, now's the perfect time. As an agent, have another hustle. Real estate agent, especially until you have at least 5 to 10 years of tax returns with an average salary, I would say keep a couple hustles on the side, and everyone should, no matter what industry. I do. Everyone should. But I would say that the reason it's a good time to get involved, again, is because there's not a lot of people in it. So one is you can learn a lot more. You can have a lot more focus on you. There won't be plentiful of agents to choose from, because a lot of people don't want to get involved when there's not a lot to make. So you may not make a lot of transactions as a real estate agent in this next period, these next 6 to 18 months or even 24 months, but you'll form relationships. You'll learn a lot, and you'll develop grit, muscle, good character, and that's how you build a foundation for a career and for yourself, because you'll have to pivot your career throughout life. That's life, no matter what industry. And so get involved, okay? If it's something you have a little bit of passion or interest, get involved when times are lean, because that's actually the perfect opportunity. You may not make a lot of money, but you'll make a lot of connections. You'll get a lot of knowledge, and eventually that ends up to being a lot of money. And then when it becomes a lot of money, everyone rushes in at the end. They get a little bit, but then as soon as it dies out, they're gone again. It's just like any industry. And the second part of this video is if you're looking to buy or sell. The reason one is, if you're ready to sell, you should always sell, whether times are good or bad. Why? Don't waste your life, your time. Obviously within reason, within a certain amount of money. But I even promote, even if you lose a little money, move forward. Average life expectancy is 78. I see people, and some people with a lot of money, just so stubborn, they say the words absolutely not. Don't use the word absolutely not, because it's a very rigid and hateful way to negotiate or to talk to someone. You have every right to say, well, I want to be a little bit firm on this, but I want to work with you. Develop communication skills, develop a mindset, because that comes from your mind, where you're trying to work out a deal to move forward. If you're not trying to work out a deal to move forward, if you're trying to get everything you can out of something and give nothing, you're going to live a rigid life. You're going to go through a rigid divorce, have rigid work relationships. And I want to tell you, and you're going to be rigid on yourself. This is for yourself. So if you need to sell, okay, within reason, but get an attractive price. Even if you got to lose a little bit, move forward. And if you're looking to buy. Even if you got to stretch a little bit, even if it's below your means, even if it's a high interest rate. Why? Hey guys, look, if you're still focused on the interest rate and not the cost of the transaction, and not your liabilities versus your assets, and you don't know how to manage money, interest rates don't matter. Interest rates are a small part of the overall financial transaction. Because when you say you're more focused on the interest rate than buying something, you're saying that I live on payments. I'm not looking at the overall transaction versus my net worth versus my debts and my income, etc. Right? Because, so this is about moving forward. Okay, when you're buying or selling, moving forward. And many people in life, guys, they get stuck because they wait for the perfect conditions, and then when the perfect conditions are there, they hesitate. So that's why, guys, learn to move forward even in the mud. And I hope this video helped you. If it did, click the thumbs up, share it, and get involved and do what you need to do for you to move forward.